Hi and welcome to another Studio Q, and this is Q View. And this week joining us on the panel, that's the regulars, of course Erica and Kris.
Hi there.
We have the lovely Harriet from, well, you know her voice from Joy FM 94.9.
Harriet's dulcet tones.
And Harriet's on every Saturday morning.
Almost.
Well, almost every Saturday morning.
Is that on or she's just on the channel?
Yeah. Well, welcome to Q View.
Welcome to our show.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
We're going to talk this week, well, about a lot of things, and Harriet's going to update you on some other stuff at the end of this segment. However, Commonwealth Games, it's all over and done. No, it's all gone. It's finished.
Finished.
Done.
Done.
TV station, you must be watching digital.
You've been living
I've been watching,
under a rock
well,
for
you
the
know what
last
I've been watching. don't you?
Yes, I know. You know what he's been watching? What? Bloody Simpsons Marathon. That's what he's been watching.
Do
Courtesy
you
of
know
Foxtel.
what they've done with the tram, the flying tram from the opening
No,
ceremony?
what have they done?
They put it in a museum.
Oh,
I was
So
going
you
to
need
say
to
it's a
go-
down Commercial
Go on,
Road.
past my house, waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, and by the way, did you hear? This was really funny. And this week, what we're talking about all comes to us from MCB. And did you know that global escorts? And for those of you at home who don't know what global escorts is, tough because I'm not telling you. They had
I want to know.
No,
Michael.
listen. They had a 40% rise in business.
So
Can you
that's where the
believe that?
Sierra Leone athletes have been hiding.
That's good.
And what was their comment about that rising?
Well, the guy he just said the guys are coping well.
Oh, good, good.
By the
Lots
way-
of Red Bull.
Did the women have fun too? Why is it just the men?
Well, it's just because it was, I don't know. I'm sure the Broncos have gone. I'm sure
We
they've
live
gone.
in such a
very
wide
good-
now
very good
patriarchal
point, Harriet.
society, they don't even bother counting us, that's why.
But my point
we
would
have
be,
needs,
is
don't
this
we?
the gay games or the Commonwealth games? Because if there's
It's the
a 40%...
Commonwealth Gay Games.
Well, yeah.
Why not? Let's
knew?
do it. Let's do it.
Oh, and surrounding the whole thing, did you see the photo of Anthony Kalia
Kalia,
and Her Majesty? And do you know what the
Was that for
caption
real?
was? Yeah, for real, shaking hands. And do you know what the caption was? It said, meeting the Queen. And I'm just thinking, which
As
one?
we all did, we all thought, come on.
But is that true? Are we being awful?
No.
Not sure?
Well, it's our opinion.
I think
Our
that he's
view,
on the
it's our
boys'
view.
wish list.
It's
I
our
think
view on
innocent
this.
until proven
Wish
guilty.
list.
He's on the wish
Like an
list.
info.
I'd say
He's
you
on the
were
wish
quite
list.
right about that.
Actually, I
Wish
think you're
list.
right because he's on my wish list,
Yeah.
Anthony.
And Ian Thorpe?
Can I give out my mobile now?
Oh, Michael, stop it.
Like you'd be watching.
This is live.
Bring it on.
Well, this week, a spokesman for our Premier, Mr. Brax, has said that formal relationship recognition for same-sex couples is not on the agenda.
Well, don't blame me.
And
I
is
voted
not
green.
a government priority.
Why does it always have to be the heterosexuals have the priority? It's just not fair, really, is it?
Because it's our priority,
Just as
isn't
many of
it?
us out there.
Because isn't it all one? Isn't that what the Commonwealth Games was all about? Unity,
Community, that's right.
diversity, wasn't it? What happened to that all of a sudden? Now that the
Segregation-
games are over,
segregation sets in, Harriet.
that's gone
Well,
too.
it's back to the heterosexuals now, of course.
Segregation still remains.
Well, I find
guys,
it interesting
that's
because,
just
well, Joy, at Carnival Day, your live broadcast, you had Attorney General Rob Hulls,
Hulls, yes.
you had Minister Bronwyn Pike, I think, on.
They're all
and,
there cheering us on.
And actually commented that they were in favour of recognition. So, yeah, we can't... Well, there's two ministers and we
So
can't
who's
seem
got
to
the
get it on the
double
plate.
standard? And who's
does
telling
make you wonder.
lies?
Well, look,
Makes
then
you
we go
wonder.
to this whole
Question.
Andrew
Alexander, yes.
Oh, yes, he
He's
wrote
back
a letter
again.
into the Melbourne Star, I believe, this week.
Yes,
A rather
In
lengthy
response
one.
to the last two that were sent in the last
About
issue.
him. They were having a
A
shot.
bit of a rebuttal, ladies.
This is just my opinion, but I think that because he's using that whole, you know, the Liberal Party's homophobic and that's why he's being dumped. And
That's right.
And he's saying that they've kind of, well, I don't know if vilified's the right word,
Yes,
but
he used
they
that
said in
word
the letters
strong.
they wrote that, oh, the reason he was dumped because he never turned up and he was always sick.
But
and-
bearing in mind, he was the one caught in Port Melbourne. DUI,
Meanwhile,
wasn't he?
yeah.
He was that minister.
Yeah, and
Ran
he-
into that pole in the middle of Port Melbourne.
several cars, I
So would
think.
that have not had something
However,
to do with
Liberal
it?
Party homophobic, is anybody really
Probably.
that surprised?
Very true.
But on a lighter note, because
Oh, let's-
I just
yes.
can't
How
stand talking
lighter
about
is
politics
lighter?
because, yeah.
I don't know, we're talking talking
way.
balsa wood or?
Have you list white
Fairy
market?
No, I've got a really serious question for you. Does gay sperm make gay babies?
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that one for sure.
Well, in New Zealand they do.
I have a theory. It could be about past lives.
No, well, can I just
that's
tell
a good
you?
one. I like that.
A geneticist
possibility.
in Christchurch, New Zealand, has said that fertility clinic clients
Zealand, of
should
course.
be warned if their sperm donor is gay, in case the child turns out to be gay.
Well, you know, it's not really proven as yet, but I have this theory that it's about past lives, and
Here we
according
go, Princess
to
Nefertiti's going off again.
according to many
it psychotic or
sources of
psychic?
esoteric mystery schools,
Yes.
that we choose our own parents and we choose where and how we want to be born. So, if that's true,
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, no comment.
why do we do that to ourselves? I don't know. But anyway.
Well, apparently they've had a
in
gay
the
ban
past
for
li-
years in New Zealand
Yes, they
on gays donating sperm. But then the Human Rights Commission, or their version of it, got involved and made them go, did a please explain.
Yes,
and so they've done a whole
complete
U-turn
U-turn,
on it.
that's
But
right.
now they're saying you have to say if you're gay so that they can warn, and I use the word warn, the prospective parent.
Yes.
Well, I guess also if you're shopping for sperm, you also get to find things like hair colour, IQ, education, family
sexuality
background,
could
if
be
they've got any predestination to depression
Well, yeah,
or
some people
alcoholism.
might be
so-
wanting a gay child.
Some people might be wanting a gay child. It might be a good sale point. But
Hey,
if
they
you're
clean up
entitled to
after
find out
themselves,
everything
they cook,
else,
they clean.
yeah.
With the prerequisite of a gay sperm
If you're
doesn't
entitled to find
guarantee
out
a gay
everything
child.
else about your sperm donor, I guess that may also be something
Whatever happened
relevant.
to mystery and the excitement of
Not
surprises
knowing,
at
yes, I
birth?
completely agree, Harriet.
I mean, that takes all
Every
the joy.
bird's a miracle, Harriet. All right, moving on.
Oh, dear.
HIV,
It's spreading, Michael.
It's
a
climbing.
serious,
It's climbing.
serious
It's getting
issue.
serious
it's
again.
the highest since 1991. We just want to send out a quick message because we've got to keep moving on that always practice safe sex.
And love is not nature's
No
condom.
matter who it's with.
No matter who you are or who you're with.
Absolutely. The worst figure since 1991.
Not surprised.
And there's a whole
and a lot of
raft of issues we could talk around that, and we
There
will
is,
do
yes,
in the
yes,
coming
in
weeks.
the
But
coming weeks.
guys, seriously,
I'm
Get with
continually,
And girls too.
Yeah, I'm continually meeting people who've just been diagnosed where I do voluntary work. And it's in a hospital. I'm not going to go there. But that proves to me that it is happening. This is not just publicity. And please be careful.
Yep.
It's your life.
problem.
do you think the government's doing enough?
No.
Don't think so. I think it's had a stigma of being a gay issue for many years, and we're also
Certainly
having
has.
trouble with a lot of heterosexual women being infected by
I
their
think-
philandering monogamous
Well, I think they
partners.
throw a
So
lot of
it's
money
being
at
swept under the
organisations
rug.
and think that they're just going to
That's going to solve the
And,
issue.
gonna
it's,
solve
and
it.
it's the drug users thing.
And it's the
too.
drugs as
Yeah.
well.
No,
It's the
that's a
sectors
big
of
deal.
yeah. It's definitely the
not just
sectors
a
of society that haven't got a voting majority as well, which I think says a lot.
Yep. And Harriet, what's coming up after the break?
Well, coming up is our visit to the also fabulous op shop in Collingwood, Smith Street. That'll be
And
great.
not like she
You
does
go
it normally,
shopping?
but you get a chance to dress up, do you then, Harriet?
That was Bed Bath and Table, I'm sure. Yes.
That's all from us at Q View this week. Thank you all, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.
See ya.
And Auntie and I are out on our adventures again. We're here on Smith Street, Collingwood at Also Fabulous. What's Also Fabulous? Well, it's a brand new... Oh. No, we don't want to do that. It's a bit... Ugh. What's Also Fabulous is a fabulous new shop on Smith Street, and we're going to go and find out a bit more about it right now from one of our community legends, Claude Panozzo, isn't it?
That's a fabulous Italian name.
Mr. C. Let's go and meet Claude and find out a bit more about Also Fabulous. So, Claude,
Yes,
do
Alan.
you want to tell us a little bit about Also Fabulous here and take us through a bit of some of the fabulous bits of the collection you've got here for sale?
I'd be fabulously delighted. How about a Junior Gaultier shirt, a pure silk Saba vintage shirt in a lovely colour.
The camera won't survive that colour.
So whoever donated these, we do thank you. Perhaps a summer pair of Prada is more your go. If you're travelling overseas, need a cool white casual pair that shows the groin area.
Have you got a Panama hat to go with them?
I have indeed. How about that straw one? Okay, all for $3. That's a fabulous little scarf. Getting ready for autumn, I suppose. Now look at that. Now we can accessorise, I will accessorise this. Now this wasn't pre-planned. Perhaps for a midget, we have a couture designer hems ladies top. So you can use that as a scarf. If you can't find a bottom to go with it, maybe you can use that as a nappy. We can wrap that around. That's all a loincloth, guys, for your next dance party. How about dress it to Kylie, a Princess Highway called Lee Crazy. Now that's got to be collectible in the future. Shag, eat your heart out. It is. I could see that on Harriet, don't you think?
Harriet,
it's very her colour.
Get your wrap off and let's see.
Yeah. Oh, look. Now look at look at that.
That was made for her.
It was actually. So Harriet
sat down in that sweatshop, Kinky Gonzalez, and they said, right, this is for Harriet.
That is. I think that's just very fabulous. Here, look, a cow jacket, but not just any cow jacket. This is made in Paris.
Look what Harriet the Princess has found.
This is hand knitted, I'm sure.
And it is in your colour too, the lavender lady. You're keeping up.
I mean, it's great for winter. You know how windy it gets in Melbourne, you know? Look at the little flaps, they're fabulous.
Like a Labrador on the back of a ute, wouldn't you? Ears flapping along in the wind.
Well, little flaps are great when you don't have any, you know, like when you need a spare set.
Were you implying Harriet doesn't have any?
No, I was implying she needed a spare set. Now look at that. Isn't that amazing? To the person that walked in earlier this afternoon and donated that, we thank you with all your other amazing things. And we do, obviously we call for donations. The more we have, the more we can sell. The more we can sell, the more we can fund the refuge that opens. Perhaps I think the first week of April, I believe, is the new date for that, down in the eastern suburbs. Quite a real issue, you know, and yeah, so don't forget what we're all about, but also, you know, we need volunteers, and we need merchandise to keep Also Fabulously absolutely fabulous. These were donated by the award-winning designer at this year's Rainbow Awards, Emerald Stone. I said, come on, Emmy, you must have a garage full of stuff. Bring some stuff down. This is a very early Dane Edna. We have dressed a couple of people because the closing ceremony, you would have already seen by the time this goes to air, there are 1,000 Dane Ednas appearing. So we were really happy to have
That's the first from Ben TV.
It was, but it would have already happened. Okay. Amazing things. Get ready early for Mardi Gras. Get in.
Look at this. If only I could fit into that.
That's great. We've had lots of people have fun with that. Or perhaps a bit of a... I believe this was used for Wizard of Oz.
I can imagine little...
Yeah, can you?
yeah, I could imagine the fairy, you know, with wings and flowers,
yeah, we've had some wings.
boots, you know. Have a look at this. Look what I found.
That's a bit of a... That's a bit of a treasure.
So, whose idea was this store?
Okay, well, I believe that at 1-18, Nan McGregor. Hello, Nan, you know I love you more than life. To Nan McGregor and to Adam Pick fans, don't love you as much, but anyway, thanks, boss. We're sitting outside, I believe, one of the venues, which I'm not quite sure. Anyway, one of the venues, and they were just discussing about the idea of having an op shop and selling all the wonderful array of stuff that our community, you know, with a good disposable income, etc., and the idea, and having the refuge and how they could regenerate some money. So the idea was born thanks to Nan McGregor, I believe, and Adam Pick fans, and they toyed around with the name, and you know, lots of people, including Adam being an AbFab fan. Well, what about Also Fabulous? And from that moment, the history of where we are today is that it was the Ioneer Hospital down here at 259 Smith Street, Collingwood, just 2 doors down from Safeways. I'm not sure the tram spot, I'll have to find that out. But anyway, it fell into our lap. It had been an op shop for numerous reasons. They have to cease business, and it was meant to be. That was fate, and here we are. I was gratefully employed by the Also Foundation to develop this as a business, not to see every broad sector of our community to raise funds. It's okay to look good and feel fabulous, but we really need to make the money to achieve the refuge that is opening soon. real issues.
Future goals too, future missions.
Absolutely. And Harriet, I think one of the most rewarding thing, I'm absolutely loving my job, but it has its moments, like all jobs. But, you know, I think for me, it's been 4 months now, and it's been 4 months where so many broad sectors of the community have embraced the idea, the vision, the passion, the mission. But to also, I never quite would have thought that for me to educate the public and the broader sector of the public that AIDS is not a gay disease. And I find myself doing that daily, if not weekly. And I think that for me, as a person, that's a great fulfilment.
Yeah. The quality of the goods, that's good. Thank you, Claude. The quality of the goods, I'm continually amazed every week that I come in here. I walk in the shop and there's always something amazingly new, trendy, just something different.
Absolutely. Old, chic, bric-a-brac, useless. We have it all, and it really is. We thank again to all the amazing people that believe in the vision and the passion and have volunteered. I thank you for pre-washing your clothes as well. It saves us. We will take you to the laundry where we do our thing. Most people come in and say, oh, it's such a cool shop. It doesn't smell like an op shop. And I say to them, well, you know, you can be an op shop. You don't have to be depressing. They are calling us the happy op shop.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, the little old dears and all the people that I'm keeping it real for are referring to us as the happy op shop. But being happy is a great thing, isn't it all? Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so if you'd like to volunteer or donate anything, please phone me, Claude, on 9419 2696. 2696. Harriet's age and her favourite position.
One, two, three, go.
Yes, more sounds from the minority. And I'm with this week, Rocco and Eliza. How are you going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks a lot for letting us sit in again, and again some fantastic sounds. But the minority, am I to take it that that name is a bit of a statement?
It's open to interpretation, I think.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
What was your sort of mindset in coming up with it as a name?
Difficult question to answer. It's it originally may have been for statement purposes, but in the end it was about just liking the sound of it, liking the name. We were going to go with the majority at one point as well, just as a way of saying
Would have been even more of a statement.
Yeah, exactly. But you wouldn't want to hear some of the names that we came up with in the process of trying to think of names.
Oh, I think we would go on.
Pretty bad.
I wasn't there, so I know nothing about this. I was sort of a late joiner to this group, so it was already the minority before I joined. So
I see.
yeah,
It does. The name. It does have a sort of almost 60s ring about it.
Do you think so?
I think so. Yeah. Some of those sort of single name groups. The one-word names from the late 60s. Are you big on the 60s in terms of influence? Because your sound is certainly eclectic, going back to the 50s doo-wops right up to the 80s.
we're definitely eclectic, but I think that's just because we like to really like ham it up and have a lot of fun. Like it's really important to us, no matter what we're doing, even if it's a serious song, to kind of just like make light of it in a way, like because it's supposed to be fun. Music's supposed to be fun, So and we're just about enjoying it and just having a good time. So a lot of the doo-wops and a lot of the sort of scat stuff is just, wouldn't it be funny if and then someone goes, yeah, we can do that. We can actually keep that in. Like we don't care if it's a bit naff, Like it's just it's not naff, Like it's fun, exactly.
You need Bobby Soxers on stage and the Fonz, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I asked the other guys a couple of weeks ago about their influences. What about yours?
To me, like Mel said last week, it's all to do with the 80s. And, 80s child, I mean, it just sticks with you. You can't get rid of it. So, it was just like, I loved basically any female artist, any pop, like I was like way into, I suppose I did love Kylie Minogue, a fair bit. I sort of got over it in my later years, but, but like for me, and then going back, because I had an older brother, so it was all like a lot of, even a lot of 80s bands, like The Cure and stuff like that. Oh. That he got into, I knew about as well. Kids in the Kitchen I loved, Split Ends, that sort of stuff. So weird, but yeah.
And Rocco?
Well, I wanted to be Annie Lennox, so I think that kind of says it all, really. Maybe I even thought that I was her at one point. I was just obsessed, and still am a bit. Yeah, so she's influenced me more than she probably would like to have. Yeah. But my parents played Queen non-stop, so and I I hated it at the time. I thought it was, it was really irritating that it was just constant. But looking back, it actually really influenced me subconsciously, I think, without me realising it. So and now I adore Queen's music, and I really respect what Freddie Mercury was about on stage and everything. And
now, Rocco, you guys as well came from the acting and theatrical background, didn't you? And I believe you went and tried to overseas at some point, in the UK. Yep. Did you find that a valuable experience in terms of character building for the showbiz world?
Well, you know what London's like. Mm-hmm. Lived there for a long time and wrote a song about it the other day. Look, it can't not shape you and change you and whatever. It was, and I personally had quite a difficult time there. So. Yeah. So, for me, it was really tough at times, and it certainly took its toll and had an effect. And that's kind of good in the end, because it's made me all bitter and twisted, and it makes for great songwriting.
That's true, fertile ground. Yeah. Did you get much time to actually check out the music scene over there or be involved with it?
I was in a band actually in London for a while, and we changed our names about 5 or 6 times. But one of the names I remember, we were called Misery Chord. So it was kind of, a good, gives you a good idea about, the type of music. It was pretty depressing. But we didn't last long. There was a lot of clashing going on within the group. But it was good to get a taste of, a bit of the music scene over there. And I saw, a number of live bands and some really, big artists, because people like Tori Amos and Madonna, they just will do a concert in London like that kind of thing. It's not a big deal when people come over here and, oh my God, they're never going to come again. So you know, and it's quite cheap as well. So yeah, a little bit.
So do you think if you had the chance of international success with the minority, I mean, I suppose you'd jump at it, would you? Or do you think that's still important, or is success within Australia enough these days?
No.
No?
Not at all.
No?
No, there's just not enough opportunity here, to be honest. I mean, look, it's growing and there is some really exciting opportunity, but there's just not enough. So, yeah, I definitely think on a global scale, as wanky as that sounds, you know, I think you have to. If you're going to limit yourself to, you know...
Is that mainly as far as recording goes, or even in the live scene, it's not big enough here?
Yeah, both. Yeah, everything. The industry in general, you know. Yeah.
Well, there is an album out, The Minority. That's your EP, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's it.
It's available from the website, isn't it? Minority.com.au?
Yep.
Exactly
Or
right.
theminority.com.au.
Yes.
And hopefully that'll be the first step on the way to that ticket over to wherever.
Asia or wherever it might
Wherever.
be. Yeah.
And as we did say last time, check out the night Dirty Mix at the Barleycorn.
Yeah,
yes.
lots of fun.
First Saturday of the month, and the next one coming up is the
Saturday
1st
the
of
4th.
April.
Oh, and then the 1st of April.
1st
sorry.
of April.
Yeah.
Saturday the 4th. That was months ago.
Sorry, Saturday the 4th was last time.
So April Fool's Day, yeah? You're on?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Get along. It sounds like a great night, and support the local talent here in Melbourne. And guys, thanks so much once again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you in Studio Q next time on Channel 31.
Thank you.